on our social. We're just going to start with a little bit of some introductions. My name is Mackenzie Hazen, and I am the Vice President of Panhellenic Recruitment.
My name is Mary Martin Olds, and I'm the Assistant Vice President of Recruitment.
Hey y'all, my name is Emma Potter, and I'm the Vice President of Recruitment Counselors.
And my name is Ellie Cahill, and I'm a coordinator of advising and coaching in the Clemson Fraternity and Sorority Life office, and I am the Panhellenic advisor.
All right, so on today's agenda with this webinar, we're going to go over our Panhellenic community overview, MGC and MPHC overview, benefits of joining a sorority, some membership expectations, the recruitment process, and get into the nitty-gritties of all the details of each round, and then just have some closing remarks and moving forward steps for you. And then we're going to open it to a Q&A at the very end of it. So if you have any questions, drop them in the Q&A box through the webinar, and then we'll get to those at the very end of the session.
So first, we're going to start with a little Panhellenic overview. So our Panhellenic community is made up of 13 national Panhellenic conference chapters consisting of over 4,000 members. The average chapter size is 324. The average new member GPA is 3.5. We have completed over 30,674 hours of service and have raised over $533,500 for different philanthropies. And listed below are all of our chapters that we currently have on campus. Each chapter has its own unique values and traditions, and together we promote leadership, scholarship, and service.
All right, so MGC and MPHC overview. In addition to our amazing Panhellenic community we have on campus, we also have two other councils, the Multicultural Greek Council, which includes groups that share a common cultural interest, and then our National Panhellenic Council, which is historically but not exclusively Black organizations. So on the screen, you can see all the different sororities we have for both of those different councils, and then they do have their own separate interest meetings if you're interested in going. MGC is on August 27th from 6 to 7:30, and then MPHC is September 8th at noon. And also more information can be found on their websites if y'all want further information.
So these are some of the benefits of joining a sorority. You might be asking yourself why you should join. There are a lot of great reasons. So first, we're going to define what a sorority actually is. So a sorority is a social organization for women providing a strong community, friendship, and support system for its members. Each chapter has their own rituals, traditions, and symbols. They focus on giving back through community service and philanthropy alongside hosting social events and networking opportunities. Joining one of our 13 unique chapters can make a large university feel a lot smaller while also providing a great support system for you throughout your college career. Some great benefits include meeting your best friends, experiencing leadership opportunities, experiencing career opportunities, and of course, experiencing campus involvement opportunities.
All right, some membership expectations. What to expect if you do end up joining one of our chapters. As a new member, you're going to have a lot of new member meetings where you'll learn the history of the chapter, you'll learn all the rituals. There's a new member retreat that'll happen too, where you get to meet the rest of your new member class and the rest of the chapter members. There's a big little reveal, which is so fun for just everyone in the chapter. You get to dress up in costumes and get a big sister who will mentor you throughout your years here at Clemson. There's initiation, which is special for each chapter individually. And then some chapters will require minimal study or service hours. So as a new member, you are also required to get those minimal hours in there. Once you're initiated, you can expect to attend a weekly chapter meeting. This varies by chapter, which day of the week that they want these meetings on. This past spring semester, they had it on Sunday nights or Sunday afternoons and Monday nights. You'll have opportunities to serve on leadership positions within your chapter, and then those required minimal study hours and service hours you'll also be required to get as a initiated member as well. And then some other fun things you get to participate in is tons of sisterhood events, such as workout classes with your sisters, sushi making, there's puppy yoga, there's painting classes that happen, picnics by the lake. We're located like walk away from Lake Hartwell. And so there's a lot of events that will happen right on the lake and the surrounding areas of Clemson. Social functions throughout the semester. Each chapter will have a semi-formal in the fall and then a formal in the spring, which is kind of like college prom where you get to wear the long dresses and have fun. And then football games, of course, the whole student body at Clemson can go to these football games. So it's really fun. As a sorority member, you get the buttons and stuff. You get to hang out with your sisters before the game and sit with them. And then a really fun tradition at Clemson is our homecoming floats. And so leading up to that Clemson homecoming football game in September this year, like the week leading up there, organizations will pair up with each other, build these giant floats on Bowman Field, which is like the center of our campus. And then Greek organizations will actually pair up, build these structures. There's a competition at the end of the week. And so as you join the sorority, you can help be involved with that, the decor and all that stuff, and making this extravagant design that is a competition at the very end. Some financial information for you. Each chapter dues will vary a little bit. All the financial information for each chapter can be found on our website. And so if you want to head on over there and check those exactly which amount for each chapter is, it's found right there on our website. Your first semester here in your chapter as a new member will be the most expensive just because of those one-time fees. But the average new member dues is $788. And then once you're initiated, the average is $463. Each chapter will work individually with you for payment plans or any other financial resource that you need. And then each chapter during round 3 will also go over their financial information. So you'll get to talk one-on-one with a girly in the chapter if you have any more questions about the finances in that chapter. And then letters of recommendation and resumes. So neither of these are required to go through our recruitment process at Clemson. If you do have a letter of recommendation, we have spots where y'all can send them on our website. Each chapter has specified which location they want them sent to, whether that's like an email, a Google form, or through the national website. It's all listed on our website, but these will not give you an advantage, nor will they hurt you in the process if you don't have a letter of recommendation. And then there's also not a designated place to submit a resume. On the application, it will ask similar questions with similar information that you can put your resume information on the application directly. So you can list your extracurricular activities, your community service, your leadership positions on the application itself instead of just sending an extra document for your resume.
All right, now we're going to move into a little overview of the recruitment process. So going over our recruitment schedule, this is just a brief glance of what it's going to look like. Reminder again, registration is open from June 10th at 8 a.m. Obviously, we passed that date to August 4th at 11:59 p.m. Just a little reminder, we're probably going to drill this into y'all's heads during this presentation, but today is the last day to register for recruitment and receive a summer pie kai. So y'all go ahead and make sure, again, registration is open until August 4th, but today at 11:59 is the last day that you will receive a summer pie kai. August 13th is P&M move-in. August 14th is P&M orientation, and where we come together and watch the round 1 videos in Little John. August 15th to 16th is philanthropy round. August 17th to 18th is sisterhood round. August 19th is preference round, and August 20th is big day. And going over move-in, so this is going to be obviously on August 13th. Y'all, this is going to be super hot. What to wear something comfortable, something you're able to lift and move all your stuff in. I wore just like a cute athletic tank top and a little running skirt kind of situation. Just wear something that you'll be cool and comfortable in. If you're living on campus, as you move in, Panhellenic representatives will be around you to help you. So look around at the girls moving in. They're going to be going through the same process as you, and it's a great time to start making friends. This is one of my favorite memories from moving in and just getting started at Clemson, because I was able to meet so many women that were in the same position as me. So just don't be afraid to do that. Clemson Home will be providing you with a move-in time slot as well.
All right. And then Convocation and P&M barbecue will occur on August 14th. What to wear to convocation, just something comfortable, athleisure, something to keep you cool. A lot of our girls wear tennis skirts, a little tank top, tennis shoes. It will be hosted in our Little John Coliseum, so there will be air conditioning going on, but just the walk to Little John and everything, just wear something comfortable. This is the official kickoff to all of our recruitment activities. So this is just the big orientation before the week kicks off. But once again, it's going to be taking place in Little John Coliseum, which is actually our basketball arena. And each round of recruitment will also be hosted here too. So every single round will be in this arena with air conditioning, which is fabulous. Here you're going to meet with the rest of the PNMs to hear from our Panhellenic Executive Board. You'll hear from me, Mary Martin, and Emma. Meet your PICAI, which is just a member of our community who has disaffiliated from their chapter to help you. Emma will go into a little spiel about the recruitment counselors in just a minute, but then you'll also learn a little bit more about the recruitment process that you're about to undergo in the following week. But then also while at Little John, after we have our little orientation and we get some introductions underway, you will watch all 13 chapter videos for round 1 with your PICAI group. And then at the very end, you're going to rank each chapter in the order of your preference at the very end once you watch these videos. So while you're submitting a video with your application here for round 1, chapters are also making a video that's going to introduce them to y'all and a little bit overview of what they're all about. And then you get to rank them in your preference on which ones you're interested in at the very end of it. And then after voting is all concluded, you're going to head over to Tiger Park, which is just a little walk down. It's right next to the basketball arena. With your PICAI group and enjoy a nice barbecue dinner, just get to know each other a little bit more, and then ask any lingering questions you might have with your PICAI and the other girlies in your group. You'll also receive a rush bag at convocation. Little John Coliseum has a clear bag policy, and so since we're going to be in there for every single round of recruitment, we're going to provide y'all a clear bag to use. And so you're going to get a clear bag. You're going to get a cute little water bottle. You're going to get your round 2, which is philanthropy round t-shirt. And then you're also going to get a name tag to wear during the rounds in your rush bag during convocation. Some other items to consider putting in yourself are some bobby pins, some like hair accessory stuff if you need, hairbrush, hair ties, portable phone charger, Band-Aids if you need them, an umbrella, some snacks, maybe some deodorant, some mints, and then just any touch-up makeup that you might need during the week.
Okay, yay, my favorite people. So like Mackenzie mentioned, a PICAI is a disaffiliated member from one of our chapters who is going to be your kind of leader, resource mentor throughout the week. So if you register by today, you'll receive a summer PICAI, which is essentially just someone that you can text with any questions you have. They'll be reaching out to you within a few days of when you register. But then when you go through the actual week of recruitment, you'll be getting your actual PICAI. And so they're there for you just to be your biggest cheerleader, resource. So whether you have questions about the rounds or want to talk about how you're feeling, or maybe just want to talk about Clemson or life in general, they're there for you. And so like I mentioned, she is a disaffiliated member from her chapter. So please don't try to find or reveal her association before bid day. And your PICAI was chosen out of a very competitive pool of applicants. And so we love them all so much. We handpicked them and we hope that y'all do too.
All right, so philanthropy round, getting into each individual round now. This is going to be your first in-person round. It's going to take place on August 15th and August 16th. What to wear, it's casual attire. We will be providing y'all a t-shirt. So this is a t-shirt that y'all will be getting inside of your rush bag during convocation. And then feel free to accessorize it however you would like. Show your personality. I know a lot of girls would get like the fun skirts, even shorts even, maybe cute little headbands, statement earrings, whatever y'all want to do, show your personality, let it shine. Wear cute little shoes if you want. I think I wore like these cute little tennis shoe looking things. But I actually have the shirt with me right now. It's on the screen. That's the design, but I'm going to show y'all it kind of in camera so you can kind of see the color. It's a really cute baby pink color. And then there's orange font on the front, and then this is what the back looks like. So we'll match a bunch of different options with colors and stuff for bottoms. And then what to expect during the round itself when you go into these chapters. is you'll get the opportunity to learn how important philanthropy and service are to each of the sororities you visit. You'll be able to visit up to 10 chapters during this round. Each sorority will give a presentation, highlight their philanthropic partners and efforts, both on the local and the national levels. Some good questions to ask the chapters is, what is your favorite way your chapter gives back to the community? Are there many service or volunteer opportunities within the sorority? And then what are some ways your sorority has made a positive difference in the community? The girls will love to talk about all their philanthropy events, and so they'll love hearing all these questions.
All right, y'all, moving on to sisterhood round. This is August 17th to 18th. So this is more of a dressy casual round, casual dresses, rompers, jumpsuits. I think I wore a sundress one day and then like a cute little polka dot dress the next day. They were both pretty casual. And I know people that have worn all different types of footwear too. I wore sandals personally, but I always love to share this. One of my best friends wore Converse every single round because that's just who she is. So just do whatever makes you happy, whatever you're going to be comfortable and confident in. Things to expect. So this round showcases the unique spirit and values of each sorority. The parties will be informative and allow more time for you to have a deeper conversation with the sorority members. You'll learn more about their membership expectations as well as what sisterhood means to them. And you'll be able to visit up to 6 chapters during this round. So some good questions to ask include what are relationships like between bigs and littles in a sorority? What is one of your favorite memories you have with your sisterhood? And do members keep in touch during weekends or school breaks? Questions like that are great to ask and they'll be happy to answer.
All right, and then preference round is going to be our dressiest round, our most formal round. And so think a nice dress with wedges or heels, banquet or cocktail attire. I think I wore just actually my homecoming dress one time, like during preference. But then during the round, you'll have the opportunity to meet and have your most meaningful conversations with the chapter members. The chapter member may share how she made her decision for that chapter, what the sorority means to her, and overall why she values that sisterhood so much. And you will only visit up to 2 chapters during this round. So some good questions to ask them is, truly how did they know this chapter was right for them? And then this is just a great time to express any concerns, any questions, exactly how you're feeling about the chapter. And then, ask any questions that you're still unsure of that will help you make the decision leading into signing the MRABA and bid day the following day. I also would recommend bringing y'all will be walking to Little John. And so with these days of sisterhood and preference, if you do decide to wear wedges or heels, bring them in your bag and then wear comfy shoes to walk, just to avoid getting blisters or hurting your feet.
All right, y'all, bid day, best day. So bid day is the last day of recruitment and it's like a big celebration. It's on August 20th. Again, what to wear, something comfortable, athleisure. It's going to be really hot. Last year it was super hot. I mean, y'all, it's Clemson in the summertime. It's just one of those things. I think I wore like a black athletic tank top and a cute little white skirt. So again, kind of the same thing as P&M move-in. Just wear whatever makes you happy and whatever's comfortable. Chapters will also have something for you to change into once you run home. So that's like one of the funnest parts of it. It's like a little surprise. What to expect. So this is the final day of recruitment. On this day, bid cards, which are invitations to membership, are extended. Each chapter will host a celebration where the now new members will attend and have the opportunity to meet the other girls in their class. Again, y'all, this is such a fun day. You're going to meet so many new people. And just a reminder, this is closed to parents.
All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about how the recruitment process works. And so recruitment works as a mutual selection process. As Mackenzie and Mary Martin shared throughout all of this, each day you're going to narrow down the number of chapters that you're visiting in order to find the one that best fits you and receive the bid at the end of the experience. And so both you and the chapters are going to make selections at the end of every single round based off of your membership expectations, whether you felt like the chapter aligned with your values, how you connected with the women that you talked to, the relationships, and more. So how does it work? Kind of like I said, at the end of every single round, you are going to submit selections for the next round of recruitment. As a P&M, you are going to prioritize and rank every single chapter that you visited. So really thinking that through of like, what relationship did I have? Am I interested in their philanthropy? Were some of the events that they talked about things that I really wanted to participate in or connected with? And then the ones that you felt like you didn't build a strong of connection with, or you didn't like really feel like you enjoyed as much, you didn't relate to their philanthropy, you're gonna then rank those like 2, 3, and 4. It's really important to note that you're not releasing chapters during recruitment, you're not dropping chapters, you're simply just ranking them in the order of chapters that you loved and you want to continue to get to know, and chapters that you enjoyed, but if you could go back to the other ones over it, you would. Once all of those selections have been submitted, campus director and then our staff use your selections to find that mutual interest, and then we will create a curated invitation for you and the chapters. So on the chapter side of things, each of our organizations, they are private organizations with a right to their membership. And so each of our sororities have an individual and internal selection process that they are doing as an organization. This is private and confidential, and so we don't even know what some of the chapters' voting processes are. But what we do know is they're doing a very similar process to you all. After they talk to you, after they get to know you, they're thinking through things of, does this P&M align with our organization? Did we have a connection? Is this someone I would go hang out with on my Friday night? Do I want to text her and see if she wants to study or grab a coffee? Or run to the mall and buy that outfit for formal or whatever it is? But they are using some of that exact same criteria that you all are to help them make that decision as an organization. So we're going to kind of show you some of the examples and what that looks like, and kind of walk you through this one. So this is our gal Michelle from Southeast Alaska State Panhellenic. So these are not our chapters, but these are Panhellenic organizations that do exist. And so Michelle, as you can see, this is their open house round, and they have 6 chapters on their campus. And from their open house to their philanthropy round, they can visit a maximum of 4 chapters. And so Michelle sat and she really thought through the chapters that she visited and ranked her top 4 as a cluster of number 1s at the top. And so she put Alpha Gamma Delta, Alpha Sigma Alpha, Alpha Sigma Tau, and AZD in the top of her selections as her number 1 choices. Then she's going to take and list the remaining 2, so Lambda Sigma Tau and Zeta Theta Epsilon as her 2 and 3 choices. So these are chapters that she enjoyed, but if she could go to those top 4 as her priority, that is where she would prefer to go. But there is still a chance that she will visit her number 2 and 3 chapters. So just because she ranked those top 4 as her number 1, it does not guarantee that she's going to receive any of those top 4 choices. She can receive back any of those 6 organizations on the following day when she receives her schedule. You're listing them in your priority order. But you are not releasing them just because you listed Zeta Theta Epsilon as number 3 does not mean that you're dropping that sorority and there is no chance of you getting invited back. On Clemson's campus, we go from having 13 and then to a maximum of 10 for philanthropy round. And so unlike this example, you will rank your top 10 choices with that number 1 and then your 2, 3, and 4 in those places specifically. Our goal is that as you narrow down those chapters, that you are spending more and more time with chapters that you are more likely to join and to build that relationship with. Because if you kept visiting all 13 chapters every single day of recruitment, it's going to be way too overwhelming to really figure out who you connected with and who you actually built relationships with. So we want you to spend more time to build deeper and more meaningful relationships with chapters the further you go through recruitment. And so Michelle has submitted, she has saved those priorities in her app. And then if you want to hit next. So in the next stage, you are going to receive that curated schedule. And so if you look into our Panhellenic recruitment guide and on our website, you can see that we have times listed for every single day of recruitment with a bunch of different party times. And you're going to receive a schedule that would tell you the exact party times that you are attending, the chapters that you were invited back to. Your schedule is going to look different from your roommate if she's going through recruitment, from every girl in your Pi Chi group. This is going to be very specific to your experience. So some things to consider when you're making selections is to really sit and reflect on like, how did you actually feel when you were connecting with these women? Did you actually have things in common? Did you really enjoy the conversation? Do you picture yourself talking to this woman outside of recruitment? Do you picture texting her at midnight to be like, let's go run and get like a Diet Coke from McDonald's? We're studying really late tonight. If there's something that you love to do now or a hobby or something that you enjoy, like, is this something that you're going to be able to continue to do in this chapter? Are there women that also have that interest that are going to want to do that with you? So if you love soccer and you played it all through high school and you want to play intramurals when you get to college, like, are there women in this chapter that want to be on an intramural team with you or can help connect you to find that? It's also important, like, the core goal of recruitment is to really find a sisterhood and your friendships. And so to take the time to think, like, who are your best friends now and why do you love them and why do you care about these people and what have made them so important in your life? And what qualities do you find of that in the women that you're talking to now? Because we want you to build meaningful relationships and connections with these chapters. And so at the core of it, you're just joining a group of people and building those friendships. And we want you to be surrounded with people that you love and love you for who you are as well. So the last part of recruitment on your preference round, this is when your selection becomes a little bit different. And so this is called your membership recruitment acceptance binding agreement. And this is the document that you're going to sign on preference round when you have your final choices to receive a bid. So the membership recruitment acceptance binding agreement is called a lot of different things. It's called the MRABA, the Mr. ABBA, the MRABA, but it has a lot of nicknames thrown around there, campus to campus. It can be a little bit specific, but it's typically given as like a nickname. But this is a document that you're going to utilize to rank your preference selections on that preference round. This is the first day that number one and the number two is the most important thing that you list on that. That order matters. It is so important. But our goal of the MRABA is to give every single potential new member a chance to be fully informed of all of your different options before you join a sorority. And so it's important that you only sign this document once you fully understand it, because this is a legally binding contract. Once you sign it, you are bound to all of the terms that you agreed to. So we go out of our way to make sure that you are educated on this. So we talk about it here. We'll talk about it when you get to recruitment. You'll receive an email on preference round with all this information and a video to watch. Your PICA is going to double check that you read this. And then after you attend your preference events, you're going to come to the Reeves recruiting room in the football stadium. And in there, you'll meet with all of our staff, and we're going to read you a script again, and we're going to meet with you and offer that support to make sure that you feel really, really confident in the decisions that you're making. So to briefly walk through it, I guess I already shared this part, so Mackenzie, you can hit next. Forgot that was a slide. Jumped ahead, but an overview of it is the section 1 is understanding what the MRABA is. So any sorority that you list on your MRABA is a sorority that you're willing to accept a bid from, and that the order of your chapters does matter. If you attended an event of a chapter, but you're unwilling to accept a bid from them, you do not have to list them. But that if you don't list every chapter that you attended, there's a chance that you will not receive a bid. And so in section 1, you read that and then you'll initial and say, yep, I understand. This is what that means. Section 2 is the effects of signing the MRABA. So once you submit your MRABA, your decisions are final and you cannot go back and change that. If you do not receive a bid at the end of recruitment, you are eligible for COB. However, if you do receive a bid and you decide that you are unwilling to accept it, you have to wait 1 full academic year before you can join another organization. And so rather than being able to go through COB the next upcoming year, you have to wait and come through recruitment again as a sophomore or junior or a senior, which is totally normal and totally fine as well. Section 3 is then where you will rank. So if you are visiting a maximum of 2 chapters on preference round, then you will rank those chapters number 1 and number 2 on that MRABA. Once you've done that, you will then sign the contract. And so it's going to ask that, you read, you understand those sections before it, you know what you are agreeing to, and you feel confident in the decision that you are making, and then you're going to sign. So there's a couple different outcomes when it comes to signing that MRABA. So if you attend a maximum of 2 events on preference, you want to rank both of those organizations, so you are willing to accept a bid from either of those chapters that you visited, then you're going to list both those chapters in your preferential order, so number 1 and number 2. And if you do that, you are guaranteed a bid. So I put both my options. I will have a bid the next day. It can be from either one of those two organizations, but you are guaranteed to receive a bid. If you are willing to accept a bid from one chapter, but not the other chapter that you visited, that is called single intentional preferencing. So you had two choices, but you're deciding to only list one of them. You're listing that, you're signing it. However, by limiting your choices, you are no longer guaranteed a bid. And then your third option is that if you are not willing to accept a bid from either of the chapters that you visited, you are welcome to withdraw from recruitment, and we'll have a form there for you to sign and fill out, and then you can come through COB later throughout the year. The second option is that if you attend one preference event and you are willing to accept a bid from this organization, then you're going to list that chapter and you are guaranteed a bid from that chapter. And so it's sometimes exciting and can give you a nice confident boost of if you attended that one organization and you list them on your MRIBA, like tomorrow I'm going to have a bid. And then again, if you're not willing to accept a bid, you are welcome to withdraw from recruitment. Some additional options are if you do not receive a bid during recruitment and you choose to withdraw, you can participate in both fall and spring COB. However, if you do choose to not accept a bid that you receive, you're ineligible for fall and spring COB, but you are eligible to participate in fall primary recruitment in fall 2025.
All right, so Ellie mentioned COB earlier. I'm just going to give a little overview of what it is. So COB, or continuous open bidding, is our informal recruitment process. Not all chapters participate in COB. Chapters below the Panhellenic total can recruit additional members to reach the total. Each chapter decides how to recruit new members, often hosting relaxed and fun events like coffee dates, dinners, game nights, or flower bouquet making.
All right, and then just some recruitment misconceptions right here. Letters of recommendations, they once again are not required for our Clemson recruitment process. Having them does not provide you with any advantage through our process, nor does not having them hurt your chances. So focus more on your genuine interactions during the recruitment events, those connections you're making with those girls in each individual chapter. And then chapter invites, it is common to not get invited back to every single chapter, and you, like for philanthropy round, you are invited back to a maximum of 10 chapters. Now it is very common to get invited back more to like 7 or 8 of those chapters, and continuing with like the 6 chapters for sisterhood. So this is all part of the process that helps you find your best fit. Like Ellie was mentioning, we want you to spend more time with the girls that in those chapters that you are more likely to join, and make those connections with them. And then remember, at the end of this process, you're only joining one chapter, and so not being invited back to all the chapters is just guiding yourself towards finding your forever home in our Panhellenic community.
All right, so now we're going to go over how to register. So to register, you just visit our website, clemsonpanhellenic.com. The application can be found under the recruitment tab. You access the application and create an account with Campus Director. You'll need to fill out the application in one sitting, and we'll need a completed transcript, round 1 video. And as a reminder, this is like submitting an application for a job and will be used as your first round. And there is a $175 application fee.
All right, some recruitment resources for you. Make sure that you're following us on all of our social media to stay informed. Instagram and TikTok are both Clemson Panhellenic. We've been posting a lot of updates on recruitment and just exciting stuff for y'all to look at. Our website is so resourceful. We have so many different things on there. We just revamped our recruitment, our P&M guide to recruitment, and so there's tons of things on there. And I'm actually going to take y'all on over to our website to show y'all some things here. So this is what's going to pop up whenever you come to our homepage. And then under this recruitment tab, you'll see drop downs of a lot of different information. This main one just gives you some more information about recruitment. And then it also has the P&M guide to recruitment. So this is what I was talking about, is revamped. And so it has tons of information on here of the different councils we got, the rest of our exec, the Panhellenic delegates and who they are, some different statistics, some terms. But I'm going to bring y'all on over to page 40. Sorry, I'm going to flip kind of fast through here. So this page 39, excuse me, is the start of the recruitment process. And then page 40 is going to talk about the video that you're recording with your application, some video content, some questions that you can answer in the video, some additional guidelines with the video as well, and some advice with it. And then, of course, each round has its separate page and more information if you want to look back at this after the webinar is finished. And then also underneath the recruitment tab, you have our registration linked. We have frequently asked questions, a little section for the parents if they have any questions. This is the page that will show you exactly where to send your letter of recommendation. So like I mentioned earlier, if you do get one, they can send it to an email or a Google form or something like that. It's all listed right here on the website for you. And then recruitment counselors also have a tab, continuous open bidding. And then this is where you can find all the financial cards for each chapter. So if you want to take a look at that before the process gets underway, they're all found right here on our website. So such a good resource for you. And then if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us at clemsonpanhellrecruitment@gmail.com. Me or Mary Martin will respond back to you. And then if you receive any information about Clemson recruitment that has not come from Clemson Panhellenic or Clemson Fraternity and Sorority Life, we cannot guarantee that it is accurate. So we do not endorse utilizing third-party companies that are not affiliated to Clemson Panhellenic or Clemson Fraternity and Sorority Life. And then just a little advice going through the process and stuff. We all have been in your shoes as a P&M. So we just kind of listed some things to remind y'all. Is just be open-minded throughout this process. Go through each chapter, wanting to meet the girls, excited to meet them. They're excited to meet you as well. Make sure you're being yourself. This is going to help you find the best click with those girls and your best fit in our community. Ask questions. I remember whenever I went through the process, I had a million questions for all the girls. They're there to help you and want to mingle with you. So ask them anything you want. Write down your thoughts too after each chapter. I had like a little notebook I had, and I wrote down like which girls I talked to, how I felt talking to them, just so if you're going party to party, you can keep those ideas separate and those feelings separate from each chapter. And then also be on time. You'll be sent a schedule listed like how we had it on that little phone right there. So you'll know when to be there. Your PICI will also communicate with you when you got to be at Little John. Just make sure you're being punctual.
Absolutely. So a couple other pieces of advice. Make sure you lean on your PICI, y'all. They're going to be your biggest resource as you go through recruitment. I was obsessed with my PICI and everything that she did. So just make sure you lean on them. They're going to be your shoulder to cry on, to laugh with, to smile with, someone to share all of your thoughts with. So don't be afraid to lean into them because that's what they're there for. Remember, everyone is in the same boat, y'all. Everyone is there and is nervous, excited. I like to say nerve-sighted. Everyone's feeling the same way as you. So just, again, lean into that, embrace that, know that everyone is in the same boat as you. Trust the process. As Mackenzie said earlier, there's a home for everyone in Clemson Panhellenic. So just make sure you're trusting the process, being open-minded, as Mackenzie mentioned, and also recognize that everyone's process is different. Recruitment is going to look different for every single woman that goes through it. So just make sure that you're remembering that as well. And then some final reminders, y'all. So registration is open and closes August 4th at 11:59. I know we've said this over and over again, but today is that last day to get your summer PICI. So if y'all would like a summer PICI, go ahead and register. Get your application in and watch out for several giveaways coming soon. We have one coming this week, I believe. So that's exciting. Priority registration again ends tonight, and movement if you're living on campus will be August 13th. We're super excited for your interest in joining our community, and we hope to see you all in August. Now we're going to move over to our Q&A session. So if y'all have any questions, just go ahead and drop them in the chat box below and we'll answer them.